little 80s nostalgia, little minor key, and a book that people were FOMOing on hard and still are going hard on this that I was lucky enough to pick up. I sent them all out to CGC. I'm going to unbox them with you today. Stick around right after this. Let's see. Keep our fingers crossed on those grades. See how we did. Let's find out together right after this. What's rockin', comic fans? Welcome back to another CGC unboxing video. Got an exciting one for you today. I sent a book in that, honestly, I just wanted to see what the grade was going to be on it. It was a book people were going FOMO on hard. It was a variant that they released a limited number online. They actually had two different variants. They had a black and white one and the color one. I was lucky enough to get the color one. I unboxed it in a previous video when it came in just to see the condition, and with the condition and everything, I decided, heck, why not send it in, see what it came back at. I wasn't expecting much, honestly, so we're going to find out together, see what we got on that. But in the meantime, welcome back. Welcome if it's your first time here. If it is your first time here, do me a big, solid favor. Click on that subscribe button down below. Much appreciated. Much appreciate you and the love. And speaking of the love, how about the likes? Right up there. Click on that like button. Much appreciated. If you like what you see today, you know, that's what it's all about. That's what the like button's there for. If you really like what you see today, guess what? There's a comment bar down below. Type in what you really liked about this video. What you think about the books. Anything. You just want to say hi. That's what it's there for. Love reading your comics. Love reading, responding to you guys. Love everything about it. I say love a lot because guess what? Love life, love collecting, love sharing this with you guys. So we're going to get into this right away. Not a big submission, just 3 books. Like I said at the beginning, some 80s nostalgia. A book I always wanted. Brings me back to my childhood from when I was a kid. Cartoon I grew up on. Plus an X-Men key book. And like I said, that FOMO book, people were FOMOing on hard. Now, a lot of people, before I crack into this, were asking me, oh, you haven't done CGC videos. And I know in my last video, I would explain why. Because if you remember a while back, I showed you a round of books that I was going to send out to get submitted. Actually, I left it up to you guys to see if you thought I should submit it or not, or send them out. Well, I did send those books out to CGC. It included some Silver Age Spider-Man. Included my Star Wars #1. I forget what else was in that submission, honestly. It was so long ago. CGC, unfortunately, lost that submission. Yes, that's right. It happens. It's a chance we take when submitting books. But after some back and forth, it was a process. Don't get me wrong. I held off on submitting until I got everything taken care of with them. But it was a process to go through with them as far as finally getting them to admit that, hey, we don't have them. Can't find them. It shows that they were submitted and it shows that they were received. Can't find the books. But they did the right thing. CGC, I will say, they gave me the value that always when submitting your books, I can't say this enough, and listen closely. When submitting your books, when you go to type in the value of your books, type in the top tier value of your books that you're submitting. Because, listen, that's for insurance forums or insurance reasons on CGC's end. They look at that form, they look at the value of the book, they reimburse you for the value of that book. Plus, I told them, look, I also paid to ship these books down there. You guys lost them. They also reimbursed me for the shipping expense down there. So, got the money back for the books, and they also told me, look, if the books turn up, fine, we have them graded, we send them back to you. Deal, no deal, or whatever. So I was like, oh, so you just send them back to me? Well, I got to give them the money back that they gave me, but yes, they grade them right away and they send them out. So long story short, that's why I haven't submitted or submitted anything in a while. and done anything with CGC in a while. I was just getting that taken care of. But I gotta say, their customer service was on point. Anytime I called, they answered. I dealt with 3 people in particular that were just awesome. Kudos to you as far as, like I said, customer service. I've heard horror stories about another company trying to get a hold of them and you never could. But CGC, I mean, listen, the influx of books that they have coming in, it's bound to happen. Unfortunately, it happened to me. And fortunately, it happened with some pretty important books I had. But they're replaceable. I will get them one day. But let's get into these for now. 3 books in this submission. Like I said, one is going back from when I was a kid. TV show that I grew up on. The other one was an X-Men key. And the other one was that Spider-Man Eminem variant. So, let's start first. Before I get into this, all this submissions in this were pressed and cleaned by my man, Chris Gamma Rayz Comics on Instagram. Looks like that. Link him down below. Go check him out. He did all the pressing, all the cleaning, and I will say he was very thorough, especially with that Eminem book. He was showing me pictures along the way because it did not come in as good a shape as I thought, especially when I took it out of the sleeve and I took a close look at it. I'm like, all the ticks on the back were rough. There was a nasty, nasty, nasty crease on the front that just, I knew broke color. I was not expecting much as far as a grade, but I figured I'd send it in anyway. See what happens. But Chris, along the way, I mean, he was sending me pictures. He was like, look, man, he's like, I'm doing the best I can with this. And he would show me, like, pictures of a certain crease and before and after. And he worked his love, man. That's all I can expect from a good presser. So, actually, I'm going to go right from the bottom and work my way up. So, Chris, Gamma Rayz Comics, you're awesome. The Wizard, the Magic, the Darkhold, the Man. Appreciate you, brother. I know people say I say thank you too much sometimes, but guess what? Thank you. Thank you all for watching, too. First one's up is an oof. This is the minor key that I was talking about. Not really minor key, but we'll see. Maybe a major key one day. But this is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. I always love that cover, too. Havoc, Wolverine, awesome. X-Men 221. I picked this up at a local show. Like I said, it looked really, really clean when I sent it. But apparently, grade-wise, I got freaking killed on. I was not expecting this. This is definitely something that happens once in a while. A big old oof on that one. Ouch. Ouch. That one hurts. That one hurts a lot. And I still don't see it. That one corner, maybe a little something, but this is the cleanest looking 6.0 I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I wish you guys could see what I see here. Because, I mean, the spine, everything, I see maybe one color break there. I mean, but that's the cleanest looking 6.0 I've ever seen. I don't know what my grader was on or thinking that day. I mean, even on the back, there's no ticks. I mean, I have 8.5s that, you know, that look a lot worse than this. I really don't understand this at all. Big old oof. Was not expecting that. But good old Chris Claremont story. Very cool. Hopefully see him in the MCU one of these days on the big screen. But I always loved Mr. Sinister. I always loved this cover. This will be just a cool display piece. Grade or not. Low grade's better than no grade. That's what they say. That's what they tell me. But this, I can't get over this. I don't get it. Interior was fine on this. Everything was good. I mean, white pages. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. I mean, look, You can't tell on the camera, but this thing is clean. I don't know. Somebody at CGC didn't get some the night before. But nostalgia piece. One TV show that I always grew up watching when I was a kid. Thundercats. Who didn't love Thundercats when they were a kid? Product of the 80s. We grew up on our G.I. Joe, our Transformers, and of course our Thundercats. I always wanted this book. Picked this up actually from the same guy that I picked that book up from. Got a deal on both of them. Gave me a heck of a deal on both books that I couldn't go wrong. I mean, I couldn't pass it up. The guy I bought it at had that book rated at a 9.0. I definitely agreed with him. That was definitely a 9.0. He had this one at a 9.0 as well. And this one was super clean too. And this one at least came back at a 9.2 on that one, which I will take that on a book from 1985. A nice solid 9.2, white pages on that. That's a clean looking 9.2 too. Very, very cool. I always wanted this book. I'm very happy with this one. Very cool. Chris knocked it out of the park on that. Looking solid, looking clear, clean. I like these new bags. These bags aren't as cheap as the other ones. And I just kind of noticed that and figured I'd mention that. Very cool. 9.2 white pages. I'll take it. All right. Last but not least, the one you've all been waiting for, the piece de resistance. Amazing Spider-Man #1 Eminem variant. I'm looking at the back of it because Chris did an awesome job getting those ticks out of the back. Because from shipping and stuff like that, it had all these nasty creases in the back, you know, just from getting bent in that cardboard that they shipped out on. These weren't shipped with the proper care that they should have been. This, surprisingly enough, Chris, you worked your magic, man. Because I wasn't expecting anything over a 9 on this. I wish people could see the conversation me and him have had back and forth as far as the creases in this, like when it came and everything. It was rough. And I told him, I'm like, look, there's only so much you can do. I don't expect much out of it. But guess what? He got it as high as he could, a 9.4 on that one. Very cool. I don't know if that was in the front when I was showing it. I hope it wasn't. But very, very cool. 9.4. I didn't realize that was in the front. Hopefully it wasn't the whole time. So, very cool. Awesome 9.4 on that bad boy there. Very cool. 9.4 white pages. The one crease, a lot of people had the same issue and the same problem with the crease. It was just right down there. You could still see it a little bit. It broke color. It was nasty. It was deep. But listen, he got it out. He got as much out of this book that he could. 9.4 on this book. I will definitely take it. Awesome cover. People have been going nuts for this, and I can see why. I mean, look at that. Eminem, Spider-Man, the 8 Mile action. Daredevil, still don't know why you're hanging from the tree, but you're there. Miles in the background. There's Spider-Gwen all the way in the back, too. Awesome. 313. Boom. 8 Mile. Nice. Very, very nice. Awesome. Chris, you are the freaking man. I did not expect anything over a 9 on this. I've been seeing people lucky enough to get a 9.8 and stuff like that. But to get a 9.4, I was not expecting. Very, very cool. Salvador LaRocca cover. Very, very cool. So, did you guys jump on the FOMO train with that one or what? I was lucky enough to pick this up on the drop. I wasn't expecting. I tried to get the other one, but it was not happening. But lucky enough to get that one. Very cool. Happy with it. Chris, you're the man. Thank you as always. Any of you guys need comic book pressing, a man that puts his love into each book that he receives, Gamma Rayz, definitely check him out. Link down below. In the meantime, what we got coming up, we got some mystery boxes with the little guy. I got another CGC Silver Age Spider-Man that I'm still dying to get into. That's pretty much it. I got some cool pickups that I'm going to be sending out, sending down to Chris for him to take care of for me, and sending that out to CGC, so I'll be opening up some more stuff in the future. In the meantime, keep on rocking, people, and we'll see you in the next video.